Hello and welcome to today's video as we cover a bit of news and roster moves that have taken place over the last week. I wait until 3 teams have made a move to even make a video. We have some stuff on here that if you have been paying attention, you know about, but we'll go over it anyways. Fluxo have swapped out junglers. They've added Ganks, a Latin American jungler, a little older, but it's only played 1 year in according to GOL.GG, at least in LLA. And Drake Hero is out. So Ganks had a 2.9 KDA, 75 KP, 5.7 CS per minute last year in Latin America. What does that say? Well, if we think about it, it was a carry-oriented meta last year, was it not? So, um, definitely more of a facilitator than anything else. I do not expect him to be playing heavy damage junglers. At least that is not what he showed last season. 1.21 ROI, -2 share differential. When you have lower farm, you're going to have a better ROI because you're not using as much gold. 3.95 vision efficiency. Behind 107 gold at 15 minutes. Did have 8 solo kills in 55 games as well as 19 champions played. So that's something we have to think about, right? A player that's going into the fearless setting, has a wide champion pool, likes to play a lot of different shit. Like I said, though, more of a facilitator, at least that's what the stats say. Drake Hero is replaced. He struggled in 4 games. Fluxo in general struggled. It's not necessarily his fault. 0.9 KDA, 65 KP, 5.5 CS per minute. So he died a lot and had low involvement in what his team did for kills. 0.99 ROI, -2.7 share differential. So the ROI is obviously not great. But when you look at the share differential, it indicates, hey, the whole team did suck. 3.8 vision efficiency, behind over 400 gold at 15 minutes for champions in 4 games. I'm not a big fan of making roster changes over 4 games. I think it is absolutely asinine, I believe is what that said. And you're not going to making changes like that are not going to fix things ever. Loud have replaced Wiz and Winsome officially. We went over the departure of those two as well as the coach last week. So the replacements, Shinny and Redbird. So Shinny played last season after being off for a couple of years as an older jungler. 2.2 KDA, 75 KP, 6.1 CS per minute, very involved in Fluxo last season, or Freya. Was it Flux or Freya? Regardless, 3 out of every 4 kills, it's high involvement, just like I said with Ganks. 1.12 ROI, -2.4 share differential. Expect him to get around the rift. It probably is going to help communications. Now you have 4 Brazilian players and then 1 Korean in Root, who you hope has learned enough Brazilian Portuguese, right? That it works out. 5.21 vision efficiency, very efficient in the vision game. Knows where to place wards, and that's important. That's experience coming through. -14 gold, so essentially even at 15 minutes. Had a couple solo kills, 8 champions, 27 games. Redbird returns to play support. Last season he played support for Loud and then was replaced, and evidently Loud said, please come back. We made a mistake. And so 2.7 KDA, 73 KP, 0.73 ROI. So more of a traditional support. 1.81 vision efficiency, 36 gold ahead. 11 champions playing 69 games. Like I said, him and Root played last season and went to MSI. They should be fine. Cephas is the coach. Cephas is 14-14 in his career as a coach in Brazil. 0-5 in the playoffs and 2-4 at Worlds. He was part of the Worlds staff for Loud in 2023. Vitality. Niski is the support. Niski has not played support before in a major region or at all in competitive play like this. So, bold move. Luckily, they play more than a few games like LTA, so there is a chance that he'll have an opportunity to have a learning curve here. Could go one of 2 ways. That he should be able to play a lot of different things that most people can't in the support role because of his background in mid lane. But also, when we look at the traditional support champions, how long will it take for him to figure those out? It's going to definitely be interesting. Hilly is done. Now, Hilly is better than some other supports in LEC. I'm surprised he wasn't picked up by somebody else, to be honest. I am. We look at a team like SK. Why not? Why not? I mean, maybe Hilly says, I'm saying no. That's possible. But a team like SK, why not? Rogue, why not? You know, does a team like Heretics that say, hey, you know what, we're rocking 3 rookies right now, maybe we drop down to 2 and we add Hilly. I mean, the thought is like, what do you want to do here? Do you want to, have a chance or not? Is essentially what I'm trying to say here. 2.2 KDA, 79 KP, 0.65 ROI. Very traditional support, but extremely aggressive. 80% kill participation. He was involved in what Vitality did for sure. 4 out of every 5 kills. There's no doubt that he was the guy setting things up. It's just a matter of, Hilly has int moments. But he's one of the greatest Western supports of all time. His resume speaks for itself. Now he is definitely at the tail end of his career. But at the same time, what are you going to lose for a team with a couple rookies by adding Hilly into the lineup? You say, oh, well, that stunts growth if it's Heretics. Yeah, but what does it do for your solo laners? Now, I understand Vitality literally said, we don't want to do this anymore for a similar reason. But at the same time, what's there to lose? Sheo and Hilly go around the rift making things happen versus him and essentially a rookie in Linkus. I don't see a big problem with it. Or SK, because SK have a ton of problems. And then he goes to Rogue. He kind of just fits into what Rogue might be, which is just a team of players that are definitely, just they found a team. They found a team. 1.96 vision efficiency, down 51 gold at 15 minutes, 7 champions of 14 games. Ultra Prime, if you haven't been watching LPL, if you have, then you've seen Zhaozha play like 10 games already. Zhaozha replaced Rosie Love for Spring. Like I said earlier, I think it is foolish to be making swaps after such a short window of time. Only 12 games for Rosie Love. I thought he had some nice moments. And at the same time, this player in Zhaozha has played with Zheng Hao before in BLG Junior, so that's why they're going to add him. Last year with BLG's Academy team, he had a 2.7 KDA, 70 KP, 0.76 ROI, 16 champions, 76 games. Rosie Love had, and Zhaozha technically, based on the stats, so yesterday in my stat video, Zhaozha was last out of all supports. Rosie Love, 2 KDA, 68 KP, 0.92 ROI, so very aggressive in his 12 games. Dealt quite a bit of damage. One of the highest ROIs in his role. Not a very great KP, but maybe if we brought up Waco's KP, we'd say, oh, well, they were holding hands in the bot lane. It's entirely possible. 1.94 vision efficiency, down 142 gold at 15 minutes. 10 champions playing 12 games. So, a lot of teams getting kind of, frisky here. Fluxo, they're getting really, really frisky. Loud are under pressure because they have done so well so often over the last several years, and then at Worlds they didn't make it, and Payne ended up going to the main event, which made Cloud look really bad because they couldn't get out of play-ins at all for the 7 straight or 5 straight or whatever they did going to international events. So that was, I'm sure, pressure on Loud. So Loud are making changes, and now they're going back on those changes, and you can tell that they're getting very impatient, and that's not a great situation to be in. It's not a great situation to be in for success. Vitality, throwing paint at the wall and seeing what sticks to it. And then Ultra Prime, similar to Flux, so just kind of, I don't know, trying, making changes that they shouldn't be making. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.